Guys, Josef here, and in this video I want to talk about how you can make your time more efficient. Over the past 3 years, I have read many articles and went through several courses on productivity, and there are actually 9 tips that I'm using every day, and that's actually what I want to share with you in today's video. Before we start, click the like button and subscribe if you will find value in my videos. Now let's jump into today's topic, which is time management. Let's start with the first one, which is we own our time. And this is actually a huge one. Before I had this realization, I actually think I don't have a time to do this, I don't have time to do that, I don't have a time to, go out with my friends. But then I came across this one sentence that actually stays in my mind. We are in full control of our time, we are just choosing to not to have a time for certain activities. And then I realized actually we are really in full control and we can do whatever we want with our time. So for example, now I'm recording this video, later I will go out with my friends, and I'm basically actively choosing to do these things. But then I cannot say, I didn't have a time to play games on my phone or something, because I didn't choose to do that. I choose actively to have time to record video and go out with my friends. So we need to understand that we are in full control of our time. Yes, we maybe have a full-time job that requires specific meetings at specific time. We may have a university classes that also are fixed and we cannot move them. But in the end, we are in full control of our time. And if you don't have a time for something, that something is just not your priority right now. Tip number 2 is protected time. If you are a person that likes to make connection and you are meeting with people, or your day is full of meetings, then it's definitely good to have protected time. Protected time is block of time that you have in specific day, or you can have it even every day, you can have it as a routine. And this time is just for you. It's just for you without any distractions. You can use it for working on some idea that you have. You can read book, you can play games, you can do whatever you want with that time. But the main idea of this protected time, it's basically that you will be there with yourself without any distractions. I'm having this time, for example, 1 day per week in the morning when I'm writing my script and I don't have any distractions, I'm just focusing on writing script. But if I don't feel like working, I can also have it for reading a book or playing games, or do whatever I just feel in the moment. Tip number 4 is hell yeah or no. I think this sentence was said by Steve Jobs, or Apple have it in their vision. But basically it's saying the change comes when you say no to 100 good ideas and yes to one great idea. When we don't have enough opportunities in the life, then we should say yes to majority of the things. But when we get to the point when we have more inputs than we have time available, you can start using hell yeah or no. The idea here is very simple. So if someone will ask you to do something and you feel like, I don't know if I should do it, maybe yes, but not sure, then definitely you should say no. But if someone will ask you about to do something and you feel like, oh my god, yes, for sure, it's really cool, I want to say yes, then this is the hell yeah. So in a simple way, it's just about making the things that you feel like you want to do. Of course, there is a lot of things that we need to do, or we must, but in majority of the things, you should be deciding like that. If you feel that you really want to do the things, it's contributing to your direction, what you want to do, you feel like, oh my god, this could make actually pretty nice progress in my work or something, that you should go for it. For example, I'm using it in minor things like Spotify playlist, because like I was adding all my songs in past, I don't know how many years I'm using Spotify, but I was adding a lot of songs to my playlist, and after a while there was like 1000 songs or 600 songs or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, I will never listen all of these songs, right? So what I started to do, every time I saw some new song, I was thinking, oh, okay, is it something that I really feel like, hell yeah, this is amazing song? If yes, then I would edit. But if I would be listening some song and I would be like, yeah, it's cool, I would edit, but it's not anything amazing for me, then I wouldn't edit. So with that, my playlist actually decrease the number of songs that I have in my playlist in Spotify, and I'm just having the ones that I really want to have and that I really love to listen. Tip number 4 is called inbox. The general rule of productivity and time management is that brain is for having ideas, not for keeping them. That's why every time I have idea or any thought in my head, I will just put it to the drafts. That is application in my MacBook and also in my phone, and I also have it in my Apple Watch, and it's basically capturing text. And every evening I'm going through the drafts and see what I wrote down, and if there is something that needs to become task, then I will put it to my to-do list. If there are some ideas, basically I will distribute all the things that I wrote down to specific places that I have in my file management. But if there is something that it was just idea, but I don't need it anymore or is not worth it, then I will just delete it. So with that, I'm putting everything, every idea, thought to the draft, so I'm not spending time to thinking about it or making at the moment. I will just put it there, then my head is clear and I will just review it in the evening. Tip number 5 is to-do list. This may seem really obvious, but it's really important part of time management, or in the end overall being productive and being efficient. For a long period of time I was using Notion as my to-do list. I actually did video about Notion where I went through my to-do list and make kind of like tour over my whole Notion setup, so you can check it if you want to learn specifically more about Notion. But in the end, it doesn't matter what kind of to-do list you are using, you need to use the one that actually fits for you and that you will stick to it. But essentially every day I will open my Notion, my to-do list, I will see all the tasks that are pending and see the ones that I want to do today, that I'm able to do today, and the other I'm just gonna reschedule. Basically everything I'm working on, I'm putting to my to-do list. So with that, I'm having everything in my to-do list, everything is there, and I know that I need to do something or that something has a deadline, and I'm keeping track of all the things that I need to do. So with that, I'm not losing basically any project or any task. I'm not passing any deadline because I know exactly when to do it and what is the deadline. Prioritization is tip number 6. So what can happen to you is that you can still be receiving tasks more and more input what to do and more things what to focus on. And after some time you will need to start with prioritization. So actually when you are receiving a lot of things that you cannot do them at one time, or you cannot manage all of them, this is where prioritization comes. Me personally, I have 4 types of priorities. First is essential task. Basically essential task is something that is essential either to my project or to my work, or something that will make significant progress on the specific project. So for example, for this video, if I needed to write script, of course that's essential task because that will make significant progress on this video to move forward, and then I can actually record it. So that's essential task. And then I have 1, 2, 3. So basically I have essential task, then I have priority 1, priority 2 and priority 3. So that means as I'm going through my to-do list every morning, when I will see that there are some tasks that are essential to my projects or to my full-time work or to any area of my life that is essential to make progress in any area of my life, then I will mark it as essential. And the rest of the task I'm just marking based on how important they are, priority 1, priority 2 or 3. Usually when I'm putting priority 3, it's just for sake of putting it, because in the end I never do it. So these are just kind of like in the bag, tasks or things in the bag that I know I want to do, I want to have them in the to-do list, but they are not important to do it now. And basically with that I'm making sure that the tasks that are the essential ones, the ones that are making the biggest progress, will be due first, that I will work on. And tip number 7, it's called time blocking. Me personally, I love this one the most. And the main idea here is that anytime you need to do something, some task or like anything, basically any event, you will put it to your calendar. So basically you will reserve the time in your calendar for that. I got already used to it so much that if I don't have something in my calendar, it doesn't exist for me. Even though I have it in my to-do list, I will forget to do it. So my calendar is the main source of things that I need to do during the day, or things that needs to happen, even though if it's meeting or if it's task, no matter what. If I have it in the calendar, then I know it's gonna happen and then I'm gonna work on that. So I'm literally planning my whole day in calendar. I'm putting there work meetings or my task or meet up with friends or traveling, literally everything. I love to have everything in calendar, so I just see the whole overview of my day. So every morning after I went through my to-do list and choose what I'm gonna work on, I'm gonna put everything to my calendar, all the tasks or the meetups with friends, personal things, work things, traveling, literally I'm putting everything. With that I have a nice overview of my day, plus also I see how much time each activity will take. So with that I'm not having too many tasks that I wouldn't like manage during the day, but I can really see that all the tasks I plan, I also have time for them. So that's why I'm also doing it, to not plan like too many things and then in the end I would feel like I didn't do that many things because I couldn't manage. But with that, if I will block each time for each activity or for each task that I have, then I can really see, okay, these are the things that I will manage during the day, the other I need to reschedule. In the beginning I just recommend for you to not make your calendar too tight, because then when you will make it really tight and you put really exact time for every task, then maybe some tasks will get delayed, you will start to be anxious and you will feel like, oh my god, I'm behind, and you will be stressed, and that's not the goal of productivity, right? So I will recommend put more time than is necessary for every task, and over the time you will actually see how it will be working. Another tip I want to share is distractions. I'm pretty sure you remember when you had some really heavy task or heavy projects that you need to work on, and you were really focusing. You were like, okay, now I'm gonna do it. And over the time, after a few minutes, you just found yourself scrolling through Instagram or reading your messages or texting to someone or just answering the notification on your phone. I was like that as well, but after some time I was watching some videos about that, and I heard it also in some productivity courses. And basically what I'm now trying to do is eliminate all the distractions. So what I'm doing is I'm turning all of my notifications in my phone. I'm just having 4 calls and messages which I'm receiving maybe once per day, and that's not my everyday way of communication. So if it's something urgent, people know that they can call me or send me a message. So all the other applications that their notifications are just not used for me, then I'm just like turning them off. And then when I have a break, when I will finish one task or the project I was working on, I will just check my messages, my WhatsApp, my Messenger. And when it comes to Instagram and social media, I kind of put a rule for myself that I will be checking it just after work in the evening or during lunch break. So with that, I don't have a tendency to opening my messages all the time. And in general, the idea here is that I am controlling the notification, they are not controlling me. So that's the main thing that I'm actually trying to achieve. Another thing that you can use that I'm using are these noise cancellation headphones. I'm using Sony. They have really long names, Sony, so it's XB900 if I'm not mistaken. I'm using it also in home, not just outside when I'm working somewhere in coffee. Of course, when I'm working in coffee, then definitely I would recommend using that, or if you work somewhere with a lot of people, definitely this is neat. But also when I'm home and I really want to focus on something, these headphones, when I will just put them, it's kind of like transfer me just to my own space, and I'm just focusing and just like going and going. It's kind of creating this my own space, my own bubble that I don't hear anything else. So that's why I'm using it also in home, and also for video editing, because when I'm editing especially audio and videos, that's where this comes really handy. Last thing that I'm doing is I'm trying to avoid multitasking, and multitasking is something that is really not helpful to be productive or to be more efficient. I'm really trying to work on one task at a time. So what I'm doing, I'm not having thousands of open tabs in my Google Chrome. I'm just using like the one that I need for the specific task, and other applications that I don't need, I will just close them, turn them off. So with that, I'm having just open the things that I need for the specific task, for the specific project. So all these things are making my work more efficient and helping that I'm not distracted every 5 minutes looking for something, opening my phone, or going to different pages, going to YouTube. So these are the things that will help me. And the final tip of this video, which is number 9, is sleep. Maybe now you are surprised because we are talking about tips for time management, then I include sleep. But believe it or not, sleep is really important for managing your time and mostly for being efficient during the day and being productive. So if you are not getting enough sleep, or your sleep is not having good quality or enough quality for your body, then all the tips that I just mentioned will be 50% less effective. You can be time management master, you can be the best guru of productivity in the world, but if you are not getting enough sleep, no matter what productivity system do you have in place, what kind of productive system you are using, then you will just make half of the things than you would do if you would actually get enough sleep and good quality sleep. Sleep is not important just for productivity, but it also influences the emotions, which of course influence the other areas of your life. Of course, every person is different, so for you maybe enough will be 7 hours for your body, or 7:30. For me personally, I need to sleep between 7 and 8 hours. If I sleep like that, then I feel in the morning that I'm energetic, I have a good mood, and I'm really ready to do the things in the day. To discover the quality of the sleep, or what time you need to go to bed to get the needed sleep, I'm using application that is called Pillow. It's an application that is tracking my sleep during the night through Apple Watch and through my iPhone. So it's showing me how much light or deep sleep I get, when I was awake during the night, when I fall asleep. So also it's showing you how much time it will take for you to fall asleep, so you can actually schedule your ideal time when to go to sleep. But there are several applications that you can use, not just Pillow, and other applications that you just need your phone for that. Years back, I wasn't putting that much attention to sleep, and I wasn't basically trying to improve it. But since I started to focus a little bit more and I started to track it, so I have actually the overview of my sleep. After that, I'm improving it step by step, and I really feel more energetic in the morning and with more kind of passion to do the things, and with more energy to finish my day in the best way possible. and also it's influencing my emotions. So it's really visible when I will wake up like really tired and I didn't get enough quality sleep. Then I'm like grumpy and angry on people, and small things can make me angry. But when I will get enough sleep, I'm just like super calm and really like focused during the day. And these are all essential things that you can make to manage your time better, to manage your time in more efficient way and be more productive. If you did find value in this video, let me know in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe if you like to see more content from me, and I will see you in another video.